today. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New York Giants taking on the New York Jets.
We are situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New York Jets and their inner-city rivals, the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row. And what... Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 21 carries, 52 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It's caught here by Adams. And he is going to have a Jets first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in 1 uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he'll go down at the 28. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Sly able to put this one through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
So now here are the Giants as they'll get their first opportunity here. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Tight is right.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 62 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that nearly intercepted on his very first throw of the game. Fortunate there, it's 2nd down. The Giants at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself at an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot, find a way to win some games, and keep moving forward.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Herbert throwing again. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert over the middle. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. He gets this one to Johnson. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Out of the gun, Herbert. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line, like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. He'll look to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. To throw again on second down. Herbert. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Jets will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Looking to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Gets around him. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. From the 16, Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Oh, you got deep? 44, Mike, 44.
Back to throw here, Herbert.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level, and when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Mike 16.
2nd down and goal. Herbert. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 2nd and 4. Akers back-to-back catches. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Another drive coming up for New York's offense. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up second down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
3 yards remain for second down.
All day, baby, all day. Spoke Bo's and Mike. Mike spoke Bo.
Barkley inside handoff, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his first rushing touchdown on the year, and the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 18 now. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Here's Aaron Siposs now. Shifts by him. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. New York's offense back out there and set to go. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Jets are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Lost the run. You're soft, baby. That's baby soft.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They go play action here on 1st down. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Steps away to his left. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. 2nd and short now following the fumble.
Not today. Check 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
He'll drop to throw. A slant route caught by Bateman. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He hits his target, the tight end Adams. Now another timeout called for by the offense. With just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
Check 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Got you.
They'll look to throw here. Caught on the slant. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Jets are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The extra point by Sly is up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Barkley with a carry on first down, and he'll get about 4. So 2nd and 6 forthcoming. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They'll go to Barkley again. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 54 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Check back 16. Check back 16.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
45. Wide. Check 93's the mic. 93.
He'll look to throw. Going up top. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A throw over the middle taken in. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Here we go. Red 38. It's our time. It's our time. Let's go. Hey, hey, hey. Mike 40. Mike 40. Ready.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Mike's 40, Mike's 40.
On the counter, this is Akers. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
93's the Mike, 93's the Mike. And let's hit.
They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll drop to throw. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Back to throw again. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. They'll wind up losing 3 yards there on the play as that'll lead to a 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
A give up the middle to Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Let's get it.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
93's the Mike, 93's
Back to throw. Flushed out. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a toss right to Barkley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Jets will take over. New York set to take the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out and out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Brandon, that was a nice route that time. Lined him up on the right and worked his way all the way across the formation. One of the toughest routes to cover, because you keep waiting for the ball to be thrown and for him to break something off. He goes all the way across the field, right to left, for a big play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man downfield is Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll set up a throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Back to throw here. Touchdown! Rashad Bateman. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Jets have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
Big play coming now for the Jets as they'll set up to go for 2.
40's Mike. 40's the Mike. It's our field.
They'll look to throw.
Hey, it's our house.
And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Number 16's coming. Check Mike.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down.
Give me that ball.
Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. Herbert on 1st down now. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over.
Out, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
On the set. Switch gears. 4 down. Check.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Let's go. 10 black. Here I come again.
They'll set up to throw. That's out to the flat for Akers. And out of bounds right around the 20. 2nd and 5. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Check. 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
Ready. They'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go.
Come on,
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll go with Akers here up the middle, and he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Sly able to put this one through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
The Giants now down 24-21, a little under 1:50 remaining. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing, Herbert. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. This complete to Lockett. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Herbert. This is Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And they take a knee. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd.
Check Mike 40. Check Mike 40. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take a knee. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Jets, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs.